Computer boot sequence initiated. Accessing library computer data. NCC 10535. Starship Tempest.
Space. The final frontier. These are the missions of the Starship Tempest. Set between Captains Kirk and Picard, 5 friends stumble their way through their first role-playing game as the crew of this Federation starship, exploring strange new worlds, keeping peace in the galaxy, defending their keyboards from kids and cats, and going clumsily, if not boldly, where no one has gone before. Captain's Log Supplemental. We've rescued the stranded scientists and caught up to the hijacked ship using prefix codes to bring it to a halt. The hijacker is currently lying unconscious in our sickbay, while Holden and Goodspeed retrieve the stolen artifact, which was apparently also altering the Monarch in ways we only barely understand. Unfortunately, we know even less about the aliens' capabilities and intentions as their signal continues to close in on the Tempest.
Alright, and you guys dematerialize in the shimmer of light and reappear on the transporter pad. Then you take the arm down to main engineering, you put it in a force field, and it's successfully contained in stasis.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
I'm gonna report to the captain.
The captain would appreciate that.
Okay. Are you, so question for Holden, in this case, are you doing it over the comm system, or are you actually going up to the bridge to do it?
Don't leave me here with the arm, please.
Okay, I'll do it over the comm. That's
Okay.
fine. Holden, the captain?
Go ahead, Holden.
So when we were over on the Monarch, it looked like whatever this arm had done, it was somehow infecting the system of the entire ship, including changing its software and hardware. It kept going even though we detached the arm, so I'm not really sure what it's doing, but it clearly is a problem. I am not sure what we should do with this ship, but I don't necessarily feel it's safe to just kind of leave it. It's being run by nanobots. The fact that just a detached arm was able to infect it and totally start changing the systems is very suspicious. I want to lead towards destroying it, or if we can figure out some way to contain it in a very positive way, I don't know, but it seems like it could become a threat if we leave it just as it is.
Okay. Can we do I'd like to do a scan of the ship and determine whether or not we're getting any sort of unusual or increase in power levels.
Okay, before we do that, we're going to say that Dr. Rudder is standing next to you within earshot and hears that conversation happen.
Okay.
And so as Holden says that over the comm, he comes up to you, Maddox, and he says, Captain, I understand your engineer's trepidation. Believe me, I do, but this is an extraordinary find, and I understand the danger involved, but we can't pass up the opportunity of studying whatever this technology is and what it's doing. And Captain, people have been working on this project for almost 50 years, and this is by far the biggest discovery we have ever made. We can't destroy it.
Is he on Vox?
We're saying he's standing next to Maddox.
I didn't kill my channel, so... Do you got something to say to him, Holden?
About that. How about we just blow it up?
Anyway, that's Dr. Rudder's opinion. Take that however you would. But...
Okay. Well, I see where you're coming from. However, if that ship is continuing to show increased power levels despite the fact that nobody's on there and it's basically behaving on its own, I'm going to take that as a threat to a continuous threat. And based on the mission briefing that I got from Starfleet, this is not a species or not a phenomenon we want to let play out. You have the artifact. It's secure aboard the ship. That's going to have to do for now. Panther, target photon torpedoes on the Monarch, and fire when ready.
And he protests one more time. He says, Captain, please don't do this, please.
Your objection is noted.
Okay, maybe you're going to press forward anyway. That's your decision.
Yeah, we're going to destroy the Monarch.
Okay, so we'll call it a control and security task with the ship's weapon systems. And it's going to be... Excuse me.
Wow.
Bless
Wow.
It's going to
Wow.
No chance I'm editing that
Was
out.
that? Did you just use the? Is that the threat? Did we just use one threat?
The complication from before is that you all had to hear that and now live with it as we
Yeah.
proceed forward.
Yeah. Jesus.
Okay, so it's going to be... We're going to boil it down to a specific, just one-off task of firing the torpedoes.
Panther is shooting it.
Control security, ships, weapons, and security. It's in close range right now, so that would be difficulty 3, but you guys can move away. So whatever the standard difficulty level of a torpedo attack is, which I think is 2.
Okay.
So we'll say that the Tempest moves away to an appropriate distance to make everything normal. I am going to spend 3 threats to raise the difficulty level by 2.
Okay, so what is the difficulty level then?
So it's now difficulty 4.
Okay, so Panther has a focus of ship's weapon systems, so I can utilize those.
Okay, yep, that'll apply.
We are full on momentum, are we not?
Yeah, I think you're full up.
Let's see, so difficulty 4. Suggestions, I'm thinking of spending 3, so Panther can roll 4 dice
Yeah.
to make sure that we do it, since it's a clear and present threat.
It's a difficulty 4, so we need to get 4 successes. And the ship can only roll 1, regardless, right, Brian?
Correct.
So, yeah, I think that's fine.
Alright,
Okay,
Panther rolls,
you got 3?
and...
Nice.
Wow, okay. Alright, you got 5. So that brings...
Oh, there's another disappointed side roll.
So the Monarch goes up in a great big ball of flame, and is no more.
Captain, the Monarch has been destroyed.
I look at Panther and I say, good work.
And Dr. Rudder looks absolutely crestfallen. So what would you guys like to do?
Let's resume course to the coordinates that the Monarch was headed for.
Oh, okay.
I love how disappointed Brian was there for that.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, if you set a course for the unidentified object, it was actually moving in the direction to meet with the Monarch. So, you guys are now heading toward each other. So you'll catch up with it or you'll meet with it in a little bit of time.
Captain, I suggest we notify the nearby ships that are scanning the sector and have at least 1 or 2 of them meet us at this point.
Proceed.
I do that.
So for the record, they won't get there before you do, but they will get there at some point.
All right.
Okay, so yeah, now there's a little bit of time between
They'll get there right as we're fleeing.
between now and getting there. So is there anything you guys would like to do in that time?
I mean, I would imagine we want to study the artifact.
The arm.
Okay.
I think we want to study it, but I think we also want to take it to professional artifact studiers.
Professional studiers.
You mean the research base that it was originally at?
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, that would require us changing course, though.
Well, we also have a research team on our ship right now.
I just want to keep this thing in the box. I don't care what we do to it as long as we keep it in the box.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to scan it from
Yeah.
outside the box.
Nobody
Holden and Panther won't let them take it out.
Nobody goes in the box.
Let's have Rudder's team study it and let them do what they want to do in the intervening time.
Okay. They'll obviously still need your
Our help.
assistance,
Because we're great.
the assistance of the ship and whatnot. So in that regard, it will still be a task that you guys as players do. But
I mean, I assume Goodspeed is super... Holden is interested in it because of new tech, and he grew up playing with basically just random alien tech. Goodspeed also, as a starship designer, probably cares about this tech that was modifying a starship on the fly
yeah.
as well. So, I imagine we're interested.
Yeah, I mean, you guys obviously, as a show, as a script, the main characters would still be involved in the scene in some way. So, I'm just saying that you guys will still, as players, roll the task.
Oh, okay.
That's all.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, if you want to research the artifact, that's going to be another extended task, a little bit easier this time, base difficulty of 2, no resistance, but a magnitude of 4, so a little bit more difficult in that sense. That'll be another interval thing where each task attempt is 15 minutes worth of time.
All right. What would the attributes and disciplines be?
Reason and engineering.
Okay. Well, none of that's me.
How long until we rendezvous with the unidentified thing?
So let's see. We'll call it 2 hours of in-universe time.
Okay, so each roll is 15 minutes, so we have
Yeah.
approximately 8 rolls to get it right.
Correct.
To get there before we meet them. So, okay. All right, so Holden is in engineering with the research team and work on it. Goodspeed, do you want to join me?
You betcha.
I love that catchphrase.
So, you betcha. Okay, so yeah, everybody comes down. It's, what did I say it was? A reason engineering task, difficulty 2. You guys all gather around the artifact and the various consoles that are arrayed around it, and start cracking away.
All right, so how does this roll work? I am rolling.
So you roll the task, the ship is assisting, then Goodspeed can also assist.
Brian, it's for the ship? It's computers and engineering.
Yeah, that works. Computers and engineering.
Okay.
So I have the talent of Nick of Time. Whenever you succeed at an engineering or science task as part of an extended task, you score 1 additional work for every effect rolled.
Yep, that definitely applies.
Nice.
Ooh.
All right. So, and then I'm going to go ahead and turn on my focus because I have a focus of Fast Learner. And since we have come into contact with this and I've scanned the arm and investigated the computer systems on the Monarch, I am learning a bit more about this technology.
Okay, I'm gonna let you use the focus on every subsequent attempt, but not the first attempt, as a fast learner.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Because now you're starting to investigate and run it, but this is your first go at actually investigating the
At this
thing.
one?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's bullshit, but that's fine.
Wait, his talent is Nick of Time because his name is
Nick.
Nick.
I get it, Nick Holden.
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
I am not going to say that I didn't choose it because of that,
All right.
but I will not
Okay.
confirm that I did. All right, so I'm spending 1 momentum to roll 3 die, and then Goodspeed is rolling 1 as well, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
We got 3 successes so far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You betcha.
I succeed.
4?
4
Okay.
successes.
Okay, so now Holden, go ahead and roll a number of challenge dice. It is your engineering discipline plus 2 is the number of challenge dice you roll.
7. All right, challenge dice. Boom.
There you go. Okay, so that is 5. Okay, that's a breakthrough.
And then the Nick of Time thing, does the talent get used every time or no?
That's a good question. I'm going to say no, because that would just be really powerful if you could.
You said talents are very powerful.
I did say they're very powerful, yeah.
Yeah, you
and I'm
did.
going to say that you can only use it once in this extended...
All right, well then in this case, there's no resistance, correct? I'm just investigating it.
Correct, yeah.
Okay, then I'm not going to use it for this roll because I have 5, which is a breakthrough,
Okay.
without using it.
Okay.
Well, point of order. I mean, do you have to declare what you're doing prior to seeing the result of your roll?
Maybe, but I didn't know I couldn't use it more than once until he told me after my roll as well.
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah,
that's fair.
I'll give it a mulligan on this time. Intervals. Wait. Okay. There we go. Wait. Why are you not? 1 second. 4 and 12. Somebody remember those numbers for me real quick.
4 and 12. 16.
No, just separate.
I got it, 4 and 12.
Me too. I can remember numbers.
Yeah, it's your whole job. Intervals. Okay. 2.
This is a good episode for Brian's
4.
size.
12. Okay.
For Brian's size. They're my favorite.
Okay. Interval 1. You did 5 points of work, correct?
Right, which is a breakthrough.
Which is a breakthrough. Yep. So 1 breakthrough down, 3 to go, and 15 minutes elapsed.
Okay, so now I can use my focus for the rest of these.
Okay.
So me, Goodspeed, and the ship are going to roll again. I'm going to spend 1 momentum again. Woof. Only 1 success.
And critical.
And a critical
fail.
failure.
Yep.
Ouch.
All right. Well, here's the ship.
Did not succeed this time.
No, you did not.
Inaccurate. Data
no, wait.
error.
No, it's 2. So yeah, we did succeed.
Yeah, you did succeed. Yeah, so go ahead and roll the challenge dice, but there is a critical fail there, so that will have an effect as well.
Should I use the Nick of Time or not? Do you know, like, can we understand what the complication is first?
Yeah, so in an extended task, a complication is essentially going to be one of 2 things. Either a dead end or an unforeseen problem. A dead end is you unmark 4 points from the work track, and so that is essentially you hitting a dead end in your research and realizing you have to go back. The unforeseen problem increases the resistance by 2 to a maximum of 4. So your resistance between now and the rest of the end of the project will now have a resistance of 2 for every subsequent attempt.
Okay.
So I'm actually going to let you pick which one, since it's the first time we're using them.
How does the first one work again?
You subtract 4 points of work that you have already accomplished.
Okay, but since we got a... I mean, I think I want to go with that.
Okay.
Because basically the work amount that we need to do is either so much work or a certain number of breakthroughs, correct?
Correct.
Yeah, I'm going to go with that, with the idea that, like, we had five work items done. It's going to go back down to 1, but we have 1 breakthrough, so as long as we can get some more breakthroughs, we'll still be able to get through it.
Okay.
Can you get more than 1 breakthrough on a single roll?
No.
No? Okay. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do the nick of time thing on this one anyway.
Okay.
All right. And bam. 7 things of work.
Okay. So that is 2 breakthroughs, and that's another 15 minutes, so half an hour has now passed.
Okay. We're just going to keep going.
Okay. Unless somebody else wants to chime in with something else that they would like to do.
I got nothing.
Okay.
We must succeed.
Go ahead and do the third round.
And we're currently at 7 momentum, yes?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to spend another and take us down to 6.
Okay.
3 successes.
Okay, so you get 1 back.
The ship gets 1, so we've now full up on momentum.
Okay. Go ahead and roll challenge dice.
Ooh, yeah.
Nice.
Ooh, well done. 2, 4,
There's
6.
6 work items. 6 work
Okay, so that's another breakthrough. That gets you to the end.
Huzzah.
So why
Time
was
to
that?
spare.
Why was that 6 and not 7? Is it just, or did we just do the math? Did we subtract 1?
No, it is 6.
Yeah.
Oh, but it's not 7 because I can't add. Is what the problem is. I see.
Yeah. That's the problem. I can add, Jim. All right. Let me pull up my Word doc here real quick.
I'm a little disappointed that an Armageddon joke just made it in here.
What was I was doing Apollo 13. What was the Armageddon joke?
Yeah. What was the Armageddon joke?
Oh, maybe they were the I can add thing. That's also a joke in Armageddon.
Oh
About
no!
where
Oh
the
God,
Australia-
No. You're doing Apollo 13.
No,
obviously.
definitely Apollo 13.
Oh,
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Brian even got the quote wrong by saying Jim.
That's true. I did it on purpose to make you guys feel better about yourselves.
That's probably why I got confused. So we succeed. What do we learn?
So you succeed. So yeah, you learn that this what at first
We
glance
now
does
have
look
the
like
way
it.
to defeat the Borg.
Nobody said it was the Borg.
Nobody
Nobody
said-
has
nobody
used the
knows.
word
I
Borg.
was joking.
What do you mean nobody knows?
No, what do you mean nobody knows?
Deck officer.
Deck officer.
No.
Wrong show.
Okay.
Wrong show.
Maddox taps his watch.
What at first looks like to be a completely technological device does in fact include some organic components. It is putting out some kind of subspace signal. You're able to determine that much. You're able to determine basically some general like resonance frequencies and other technobabbly stuff that might become relevant later, depending on how things play out. And if they do, I will mention them at that point. And do you guys have any specific questions regarding it?
No.
Have we figured out a way to turn off or block the subspace signal?
Can I just start yelling sleep at it? Sleep. Sleep. No? Okay.
No.
You have
Is that a no then?
you have narrowed down the frequency that the signal is occurring on. Actually, blocking it would be a separate task and challenge. Yeah.
But we can do it.
I mean, you can try to do it.
It's probably not important.
Okay. And at this point, Holden actually hasn't gone to the restroom in quite a while now. So
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
he has to do that. And,
Excuse me, everybody.
and so he goes. He takes care of the thing that we've never seen any character take care of in Star Trek ever.
My shift ended, so I'm gonna go ahead and clock out and
Okay.
take my leave.
You walk into your quarters and you
We don't
discover
need
that
this narrated.
sitting on the couch in your quarters is a man that you have not seen in many years. A man dressed all in black by the name of Wolfgang, who has made himself quite at home and seems quite relaxed. However, you're quite surprised to see him, because as far as you know, you are the Tempest and the other scientists part of this project are the only humanoids within 50 light years of this location.
How did he get there?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I mean, don't tell me how I feel.
Okay. I didn't tell you how you felt. I'm telling you that, as far as you know, only the people involved in this mission are the only humanoids within 50 light years of where you guys currently are.
Okay. So are we playing this out then?
Mm-hmm. So, is there anything you would like to say before Wolfgang starts talking?
Huh, Wolfgang. I had a feeling you'd show up.
Oh, you did you?
Yeah, this seems like something you'd poke your head around.
Yeah, well, that is fair.
See, surprised.
I see you've already destroyed the Monarch itself, which is unfortunate, but thankfully you didn't do the same thing with the artifact, so that's good. And I know we didn't leave on the best of terms. I know you didn't leave on the best of terms, but I also know that you understand how important it is, the work that we do. So we would very much like to have that artifact in our possession, and it's our opinion that that would be the best outcome for everybody involved, and I'm hoping you agree.
Yeah, I'm not really sure whether or not I agree with that. We're in the middle of a mission, and so we kind of need it in case we run into any trouble, because we're continuing to study it at the moment, and I want to make sure that we know what we're getting into. It's not really going to help anybody if we all get destroyed. So
Nobody's trying to get you destroyed, Holden. I understand, but it's going to be a lot harder to make a quiet exit once this mission is over as opposed to now. So I would really rather get on with things. Once the artifact is gone from the Tempest, then your mission is effectively over and you guys can go back to, I don't know, whatever thing you were doing before. It was medicine to colonies or something.
Killing fire ants.
Fire
it was some fire ants.
Okay.
So I get that it's, yeah. So I understand where you're coming from. I will note that you might not really have a full grasp on the situation since you kind of just got here.
Right. Okay. Sure.
And I'm willing to continue this conversation, but I came here because I really had to pee. So can you excuse me for just a minute?
Okay.
And then I leave him and go use the restroom.
Okay, and as the restroom doors slide closed behind you, he kind of walks up to the other side of the doors, and somehow the doors magically know not to open on you because that's how Star Trek doors work. But he's on the other side, and he talks through the door, and he says, "Listen,
men's room talkers are the worst."
I am totally adding pee sounds. It's happening.
But make sure that there's like a sonic toilets effect, whatever that
Sonic
sound
toilet.
like, whatever that sounds like. Anyway, he talks through the door as you do your business, and he says, "I know that when you are working with this captain because you met him on a mission before, and you felt like you could trust him. Do you think if we bring this to him, if we bring us, and you know what I mean by that, to him, that we could count on him in a situation like this?"
I'm not completely sure, but I really would like to finish peeing. So, if you could just hold off for a second, Exposition Jones.
All right.
And let me finish.
Okay. And he stopped saying anything. And he stopped saying anything. He's quiet. You finish your business. You step out of the restroom. And he is nowhere to be found. He's gone.
All right.
What would you guys like to do next?
Yikes.
Are you asking me or everybody? Like,
I'm asking the whole group as players.
Yeah, we're not there.
We're in Holden's quarters, so I don't know what we're...
Yeah. So it's
We all get up from behind the couch.
surprise! Whoa! What was that all about?
We do a slow clap.
I know what you were trying to do, Captain.
So, Holden can go back to engineering if he wants. If we want to cut away to somebody else doing something, we can also do that. Just as a group, generally, what would you guys as a group like to do next?
I want to cut away to me as I'm writing in a notebook that I'm naming this thing after Giral, or however we pronounce that. I'm calling it the Giralian Organic Robobiologic, or GORB, and I'm very proud of that name. And you see a picture of me holding my little notebook and like nodding up and down and saying out loud, "Yeah, that feels right."
Wait,
The Grove.
let's be clear though. Is it Gorb or Grob?
It's a GORB. Giralian Organic Robobiologic. It's a GORB.
Gorb.
Okay. So,
So
it's not.
close.
So it's
Robo-biologic.
GORB, not GROB, is what you're saying.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's exactly
Just-
like a
just
We
gourd.
don't
making
want to be
sure.
too on the nose, Brian.
It's a Gorb.
Yeah.
Just making sure. Okay.
Yeah.
So okay, Holden, are you heading back to engineering? You've researched the artifact. You've started to uncover its secrets, but it clearly has many more secrets to be discovered over the course of months. Captain, are you still on the bridge? Are you in sick bay?
I'm back
Checking in on-
I've been back on the bridge for a while.
Okay. Dr. Teal, what are you in sick bay at the moment?
Yes. I'm
okay,
doing
there's-
paperwork.
Okay. All right. Well, why don't we cut to Teal, who is in sick bay doing paperwork?
I'm actually
nobody's-
going to, before we cut the deal, I'm going to
Okay.
contact Panther and put extra security in engineering.
Oh, okay. Okay. So yeah, there's we'll say 3 extra security guards in engineering watching over the artifact.
Hey Brian, real quick.
Yeah.
What shape is the containment field?
The
Rectangle.
cylinder? Yeah.
No, is it a rectangle? Is it like a rectangle prism, like with equal sides? Maybe? All right. So Panther walks in, and I tell him, make sure that no harm comes to the Gorb cube. And then as I'm walking out, there's some random engineering ensign where I like tap on the shoulder, I point to the artifact, and I go, "It's a Gorb."
Okay. Okay.
You brought this
All
on
right.
yourself,
Yeah.
bro.
All right. All that happens. And meanwhile, Dr. Teal is in sick
And then,
bay.
I
Just
tap on the ensign again, and I go, "And that's canon, baby."
And meanwhile, Dr. Teal is in sick bay doing paperwork when Dr. Budala finally regains consciousness and wakes up and comes around.
Oh, welcome back.
And so, Dr. Teal, you put down your paperwork. You go over to check on him. He's definitely dazed and he's out of it. But a few moments pass, and his vision seems to clear. His sense seems to clear, and he says, "Where am I?"
You are on board the starship Tempest, and you gave us a little scare there.
Tempest. How did I end up here?
And I asked for the captain to come join me so we can
Okay.
debrief him together, so it's not just coming from me.
Okay.
Okay. And I bring Dr. Rudder with me.
Okay. Okay. So it's the 3 of you around his bedside as he starts to get his feet back under him. Figuratively, he's still on the bio bed.
How are you feeling?
Well, I have a pretty incredible headache, for one thing.
Sure.
What happened? How did I end up here?
What's the last thing you remember?
That's a good question, Doctor.
Thank you. I'm a good doctor.
And
The best.
he, at that question, he looks at Dr. Rudder, who he kind of like really notices for the first time, and he doesn't know quite how to answer that question. Let me ask you this: are there any of the rescued scientists from the planet in the sickbay at the moment?
I told him to go away, but I don't know where they went.
They've been assigned quarters.
Okay, so they are not in the room at the moment.
No.
Okay. So he looks around to see if any of those other scientists are here, and once he's relatively confident that they're not, he says, "Well,
Sorry. Someone
I-
just woke up. Sorry,
okay.
hold on.
It's okay. We'll pause."
While we're paused, while I was peeing, can I actually do one other thing from the scene from earlier?
Sure.
Do you want to go number 2?
Depending on what
He's
it
got a
is.
shit.
Yeah, no. No, I actually had to pee, which is why I was trying to end that scene quickly.
Oh, you.
So, yeah. I was like, I had to step away
Oh,
for a
that's
minute,
awesome.
so I was like, I need to pee, dude. So, anyways, I'm going to say, before I head back to engineering, I let Panther know to increase security on engineering. I also want to leave a data pad in my quarters with all of the information that we have currently gotten from our study of the arm, of the artifact.
Okay.
So the subspace signal, like what it's made up of, the information from like basically what we've learned so far. I just
Everything it
sort
was
of-
doing to the Monarch and all of that.
Yeah, I go ahead and leave that in a data pad on the table
Okay.
when I leave.
At the Gorb.
Okay.
Hey everybody, Editing Ryan here. At this point, the group took about a 15 to 20 minute break, which obviously we cut out. There wasn't a particularly graceful transition back into play, so that's why I'm telling you. And now, let's bring it back.
So the clock is now started.
The clock is running.
Clock is running.
Like in those space movies.
Budala has regained consciousness in the sickbay. Teal and Maddox and Rudder are there, and they've kind of briefed him on the situation that he was headed towards this strange alien race whose name you do not know, and
Gore.
managed to rescue him before he was consumed by them. And now at this point, he tells you, he asks you rather to essentially let him go, to let him leave, because his joining the Sphex aliens was in fact on purpose. That was something he had intended to do, and he was sorry about the situation that he put his colleagues in by commandeering the Monarch, but he did his best to make sure that they would be okay, that they were safe, that they had a distress beacon that they could call for help with, and that he didn't put them in harm's way. And at this point, you can choose to tell him about the phase aliens if you want, but he did his sincere best to keep them out of harm while he did this thing that he wanted to do. And now, Captain, he asks to let him continue to finish on with this intention that he has.
No.
Also, he cost us 4 turkey sandwiches.
And a
some
pack
gushers.
of gushers, thank
Untold
you.
numbers of gushers.
So,
Captain, okay, now he focuses in on Maddox, and he says, I'm sorry, Captain, just no? What?
and Maddox takes out his comm and relays to Doe. Maddox to Doe, all stop.
Okay.
So the ship comes to a stop. If he's going to join with these creatures, I'm asking him now, if you're going to join with these creatures, that's where you were headed in the Monarch, is it not? You were going to rejoin a ship, a colony, some sort of faction of these aliens?
Some sort of collective.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. All I'm asking, Captain, is just to let me go and do that. I mean, give me a shuttlecraft, and that's all you need to do. I'll be gone. You won't hurt anybody else. I did my best not to put my colleagues into harm's way. I have no desire to harm anybody, but this is just what I personally would like to do and choose to do.
And I look at Teal and ask her, with a look, what she's getting off of him.
Okay. Go ahead and do a what is it? Command, presence and command, insight and command. Difficulty 1.
Insight, command, go.
Okay.
1 success.
That's all we needed.
Yeah, that's all you
okay.
need.
Good.
So yeah, he's sincere. He's on the level with what he's telling you. Is there anything specific in his demeanor or belief or anything that you would like to ask about?
Wait, so he wants to go rejoin
The species.
the Gorb?
The Sphex.
The Gorb, yes. The Gorb, yes.
Well, I mean, oh, that's Muppet Babies. I'm so sorry.
Oh, I didn't hear it.
I didn't think
I can't
Logan
actually hear
would
it.
find the
I mean, we're
mute
all a fan
button.
of
No, they are called the Gorb. Nobody calls them the Muppet Babies.
He calls them Muppet Babies.
That would certainly change the tone.
Well, yeah. We have no actual knowledge of the Gorb. Like within the show, within
Correct.
the scenario, so we can't impose our will on this guy. Like if he wants to.
Well, actually, we can. He hijacked a starship.
Oh, yeah, that's bad.
He displaced his crew.
Yeah.
It's due to Dr. Teal right here that your friend Charlie is even alive at this moment.
Yeah.
And we also had to divert from a very serious medical mission that we were on in order to resolve this situation on your behalf. So no, I'm not letting you go back. As a matter of fact, I'm going to throw you in the brig as soon as you're well enough, and we're going to take you to Starfleet Command to be put on trial for your crimes. And I turn around and I walk out of this sickbay.
Wow.
Am I anywhere near sickbay?
You can be if you want. Yeah.
Okay, so I was in here as the second command for that entire speech. And at the very end of that speech, when Captain Maddox walks out, I reach into my pocket and I throw something that smacks this man on the side of the face and sticks there. And it is a grape gusher. Yeah.
And he's speechless. He's completely like he's dumbfounded. He's also crestfallen.
He's gobsmacked.
As he should be.
He's gushered smacked. He's just devastated that this encounter ended so abruptly, and that Maddox was so completely unsympathetic to his plight,
To his crimes.
Yeah.
And I
so-
sort of, oh, Logan.
Yeah, that's this guy right now. That's his
Well,
internal monologue.
That's him.
He's very upset.
And I just sort of pat him on the knee, with good bedside manner and say, well, you heard the captain.
Okay.
And I walk away to go back to doing paperwork.
And Dr. Rudder is there as well, and he tries to say something to Dr. Rudder, but Dr. Rudder doesn't want any piece of it either. So he starts to kind of plead for Rudder's understanding, and Rudder just turns around and walks away. Doesn't engage with him at all.
Sedate him.
And that's he just hangs out on the bio bed alone. And at that point, the Tempest is dead in space, Captain. What
Well, the Tempest
are you
isn't dead in
planning?
space. She stopped.
Not sorry. Yeah, dead stop. Dead stop in
Different.
space. Excuse me.
Different.
Very different situation. You're right. But the Tempest is now at a stop in space. What would you like to do next?
Suggestions? I was thinking about turning back and heading towards Arvada 3 and dropping off our guests on some convenient stop along the way.
Anybody want shawarma?
Captain, that's an excellent idea. We've got a lot of good people to save and a lot of good things to do out there. And I put my one leg up next to the captain's chair, and I chomp on the remaining gushers. And it's in my teeth.
Captain, this is Holden.
Go ahead, Holden.
I guess my first question is to Brian. We had the unidentified coordinates, but are we reading a ship out there or anything at this point?
You're reading a signal of some kind still. Whatever you were chasing before
Okay.
and what the Monarch was heading towards is still there.
Gotcha.
Captain, I feel like the subspace signal that's coming off of the artifact is somehow in connection with the signal that we're reading. I really think a prudent first step would be to try and shut down the subspace signal and try to just block it in some way or disable it in some way.
You mean you didn't do that?
I really had to pee, Captain.
Proceed.
All right.
All right. Before you do that, Holden, do a insight and security difficulty 3 for me.
Oh no, all of my pages closed. That's annoying.
Oh, okay, so that's an automatic fail then.
Right.
It is not.
The only way Brian's gonna win today.
Yeah. And I am, because I still have a ton of threat that I have not used this mission at all. So I am going to spend 3 threats.
What's
Oh
the
god,
thing?
I choked on a gusher?
All right.
All right. So what am I rolling again?
Insight and security. What did I say difficulty level was to start with?
1.
I did not say 1.
I think you said
I think I
3.
said 3.
Yeah.
And I'm spending threats to increase it by 2 levels. So it is a
to
difficulty
5.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh boy. Can we spend momentum to not have it be a 5?
What am I rolling?
Insight and security. We're gonna.
No,
so
I mean
this is
what
a-
am I rolling for exactly?
Yeah, this in D&D. This is like a perception check. So you are rolling to see if you notice something.
Okay, so
Oh.
where am I down in engineering with the security team at this point as well?
Yeah, you can be. Yeah.
Okay.
You're rolling to see if you notice anything, but it's a difficulty 5, so you're blindfolded wearing earplugs.
There's death metal playing in the background.
Right.
So, depending on what I am trying to notice, would my focus of espionage fit? Because
No.
it sounds like yeah.
No, it would not.
All right. Difficulty 5. We're full on momentum, aren't we? Correct.
Spend everything.
3.
Everything.
All right.
What would it cost to roll 5?
3.
Everything.
No, it
It costs
wouldn't.
8.
So because you can buy up to
Yeah.
you can buy up
That's
to
right,
3
yeah,
extra
it would
dice.
take all 8.
1, 3, and 4.
Do it. Do it.
No, wait, sorry.
Do
You
it.
would have 2 momentum left if you bought 3 extra dice.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Because it's 1, 2, and 3.
All right, yeah. So, all right. So I'm gonna spend all. We'll have 2 momentum left. 5 successes.
Boom.
Wow.
What in the mother? God. Damn it.
Brian was
Yes.
certain that
Yes.
wouldn't work.
And then Goodspeed goes and throws a gusher at him.
Okay. Well, you have 2 momentum. at the
Somewhere in the Delta Quadrant, 17 Borg cubes explode.
17 Gorb cubes explode.
Gorb cube.
Gorb.
Gorb prisms.
Gore bucks.
Gorb rectangular prisms explode.
Sir, it's a Gorb box. I've heard about these. The Tempest encountered them hundreds of years ago, but this is a Gorb box if I've ever seen one.
Okay. So you notice that
I expect celebratory music on this track, by the way.
this is actually a great example of getting an extra experience point because that was pretty fucking awesome.
Hi everybody, it's Editing Ryan again. This time we the players ran into some time constraints during our initial recording session. As a result, we had to stop and pick up where we left off on a different day. An unexpected benefit of this is that the audio quality for both Brian and TJ is improved for the duration of the mission. And now that you know, let's bring it back.
In engineering, Holden notices some kind of odd alerts coming off of one of the consoles, which catches his attention, but it's very small, a minor one, but it does catch his attention.
Or we could just say that with his perception, he was able to also discern the time and place and manner of his own death.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, it popped up on an app. So,
So Holden gets a notification on his app that says, hey, somebody's fucking with the Tempest computer, and it's coming from sickbay.
and my fingers start flying all furiously fast across all data style.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh my god, there's a power fluctuation coming from the bio bed in sick bay.
And at about the same moment, Budala on his bio bed in sick bay sits up, stands up, and starts to walk out the door. There are two entrances and exits to sick bay, and the 2 security guards are covering one. So he is walking towards the other one.
Hold into teal.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm getting some weird power fluctuations from the biobed in sickbay. You may need to check on our guest there.
Our guest seems to think he is leaving, so thank you for the update. And I stand up and leave my office, and I call out to him, excuse me, where do you think you're going?
Security to sickbay.
And he doesn't respond, he doesn't stop, he doesn't hesitate or any sort of, he just walks out.
Mayfly, after him.
Mayfly's gonna make a lunge
Yeah.
and just dive in front of him.
So yeah, somebody pull up Mayfly, and you guys tell me what Mayfly is gonna do because he's a supporting character.
Mayfly lunges in front of him to act as a human shield between him and the door.
Okay.
Not human.
Then, yeah, as an insectoid shield. Do a daring
Very
plus
tiny
security.
shield.
Badala just smacks him away and keeps going.
I got it pulled up. I can roll.
Okay.
Okay.
Lieutenant Mayfly does a daring and security task, difficulty 2. It's an opposed task, so Budal is going to do a similar task to juke out of the way.
Difficulty 2, you say?
Correct.
Difficulty 2, you say.
Here we go. 3 successes.
Nice.
Yeah, so your 3 successes beats Budala's 1. So Mayfly successfully tackles him
Good job,
Yeah,
Mayfly.
Mayfly.
And is smushed to death.
And then Mayfly immediately dies.
Immediately.
And then Mayfly.
That was all he had him.
Mayfly the 22nd quickly enters the corridor.
We'll take him with superior numbers.
Yeah.
At the same moment, we're gonna cut to the bridge, and the alien ship of unknown design drops out of warp directly behind the Tempest and starts closing in. It is a very oddly geometrically shaped ship. It's not a cube or a sphere, but it's like a.
It's the Gorb.
It's a gorb.
It's a gorb.
It's almost shaped like a coffin. Honestly, it's just a long box.
That's not weird.
Yeah.
Send out a friendly hello on all known frequencies and languages.
A friendly coffin hello.
Do we on the bridge know about
Make it spooky.
the escape going on right now in the medical bay?
I'm going to say no because nobody told us.
Okay, so
I called security, so
okay.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, I mean, you can definitely say that.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a reasonable thing to say.
she told me over the open comm, so I called security to
Okay.
sick bay.
Nice.
Yeah.
So like they're on their
All right.
way to help poor Mayfly.
Yeah.
Well then
Who's the person with Mayfly?
I don't know.
It's up to you guys.
Can it just be Mayfly 18, like his younger
Yeah,
brother?
two-
Yeah, I mean,
Mayflies?
we can pull up just another
Generic.
generic
Space
prefab character.
Don't let them
okay.
hear you say just another Mayfly, because that does not go over well.
that's true.
That is actually very offensive.
It's
in
very
their- in their
offensive
culture.
to the Mayflies.
Meanwhile, back on the bridge, since we've been notified about the possible security alert, I order a security code yellow, and we activate all security defense shields in the corridor surrounding sickbay.
Okay. That is actually a task as well.
I believe that'd be Panther,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Go,
So
Panther,
that's
go.
a control and security difficulty 2 is to set up those kind of force fields.
Okay.
All right, I got Panther open.
Go ahead.
Control and security.
Difficulty 2.
Yeah.
Does he
He's not very good at his job.
want some help? Can I help?
I'm
yeah,
trying to see
yeah.
what sort of focuses and talents and stuff he has. He doesn't have a ton.
You can give him a focus that would apply in this
Yeah,
scenario.
I mean he's got ships, weapon systems. Like how about just ship defense systems? Shipboard defense systems.
Yeah, you do shipboard defense, and that would cover things like boarding parties and
Okay, good idea.
intruder alerts and that sort of thing. Okay, so do you have that guy? You have Panther?
Yep. So I added it on there, adding that I'm using that focus because of that. Control and security. Boom!
Hey.
Go Panther.
Nice, Panther.
Panther with 3 successes.
Nice.
And I helped.
All right. Well, thanks, Goodspeed.
So that's 3 successes to TJ's 0.
So we get back one of the momentum.
You get a
numbers,
point of
so we're
momentum.
Back up to
Nice.
3. And Panther furiously taps away at his. I gotta use other adjectives. Panther lazily taps away because he's so good at his job.
Laconically. He laconically
yeah.
taps away.
Laconically.
And sets up the force field systems just outside of sick bay.
Ah.
And TJ is actively flipping a USB back and forth to try and get it to go in.
Is it this
It's
way?
still a problem.
No, is it this way?
It's always the
No.
first way you try too.
It is. it
Okay.
is.
So Mayfly has tackled Budala in the corridor just outside of sickbay. Force fields have gone up in the corridor on either side, blocking them in.
Let's flood sick bay with some sort of sedative.
Hey, I'm in 6
Is that a good idea? It's a place where people who are sick are. Why would we even
Hold on,
have that?
Let's
Holden's
ask
in a
Teal.
hurry.
She has a focus in biology. Teal?
If it's a good idea?
No. Yeah, I'm joking.
Oh.
Hey guys, we're gonna do a bunch of surgeries today, so everybody show up at the same time at 8. We're gonna knock you all out,
Yeah,
and then
everyone's
we're just gonna go one by one.
Night-night.
I was about to move it over to the alien ship, which is going to open fire on you guys. Your shields are up. You did do that ahead of time.
Hey, what's up, coffin ship?
So it's going to do a weapons and security task, difficulty 2.
What range are we in right now?
Yeah, right now it's in long range.
It says range close.
Oh.
So that should be difficulty 3.
Womp
Call
womp.
shenanigans.
Should be. All right. Let's. All right, fair enough.
Where do you see that by the? Oh, range close. There
So
it is,
it's
okay.
a weapons plus security, difficulty 3, and I'm rolling 4 total dice, 3 for the crew, the NPC crew, and 1 for the starship itself.
You got tree.
Did it both go?
Yeah, you got 3.
All right, so the ship fires its cutting beam. It successfully hits. Here's the damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 points of
Woof.
damage. So that
Ouch.
Why is it 16?
Yeah, I don't know what just happened.
because it has vicious 1. So the vicious 1
Oh,
effect.
every chevron?
Yeah, every effect rolled is is a +1. So it did not target a specific system, so it's gonna roll randomly. 3.
Not
So
the
that
3.
is.
They hit us in our 3.
If that's sick bay, I swear to God.
No, I think that's a.
Oh my God, they're targeting sick bay. They're animals.
We'll call that a weapons, a breach on the weapons.
We'll call that, or is that what it is?
Let's see.
Logan's making sleepy sounds. Sorry.
Not mad, Tara. I'm just disappointed.
Yeah. Is that on your business card?
I am Game Master of Starship Tempest. I'm not angry. I'm just
Just
disappointed.
disappointed.
that is the perfect summary for your experience as a Game Master so far.
I'm pretty sure that's the experience for most
Yeah.
game
Yeah,
masters.
that's
so.
probably true.
Oh, you actually roll a d20 to find out which system gets hit.
Oh, really?
It says.
Oh wow,
Yep.
we've never done that.
We have 20 systems? They took out the ice machines on level 7.
All right, let's roll a d20 then. In that case.
One guy holding a glass of whiskey is like, oh.
Aww.
Now I gotta go to deck 8.
Okay, 15. What is a 15?
15 is structure.
Structure.
10
Structure.
to 17 is structure.
Is that
Okay.
important?
See?
Is that an important part of the ship?
Yeah, we got force fields.
So the Tempest suffers a breach on its structure.
Not the structure.
Lock photon torpedoes and return fire.
All right. It's weapons and security?
Yeah.
You can roll 1 as the
1.
ship, and who's gonna roll for Panther?
I can roll for Panther.
Oh,
Control
you're just
and
gonna roll for
security
everything.
Panther.
All right, that's cool.
Yeah, I am.
That's fine.
Sorry, didn't mean to take it over. He has ship's weapon systems, so I'm gonna go ahead and turn on that focus. Fire. And
Oh,
fire.
1 hit. 1 success.
Wolf.
It is a difficulty 2, though, I believe.
Oh no.
All right.
So the torpedo actually does hit. It strikes the ship, but nothing seems to happen.
It seems like the option for us is to run.
Okay, so the next turn that the alien ship is going to do is it's going to beam some aliens onto the ship in the vicinity of Budala and Mayfly and the other security officer.
All decks, intruder alert. All decks, intruder alert.
Yikes.
We'll call that their action, so I'll let you guys have an action before they do anything else.
Well, if they're beaming in as their action, I mean, security was on its way to sickbay. So,
Right.
Is there now a firefight happening outside of sickbay?
Depends on what you got. Right now, this instant, Mayfly and Budala are on the ground. The other security guy is standing over their shoulder, and 3 Borg drones have just materialized in that corridor as well.
Yeah, okay. Well, then I will go back to my desk and get my phaser.
Okay. You do that.
But there's 3 Gorbs. Where are
Yes.
they again?
In the corridor just outside of sickbay.
This sounds like a great day for me.
So the original role was for Mayfly to jump between the what's-his-face and the door. So I would argue that they are not out in the hallway.
Oh, that they're still in
Yes.
sickbay? Yeah, that's a fair point.
I mean, I pictured because he then fell on Mayfly that they're like in between the hallways. So maybe they both just got cut in half, which I'm fine with.
By the door closing.
Yeah, well, let's do it that way then. We'll say that there is no force field in the actual sickbay door because they are physically in the
Yeah.
crossing
so,
the
Wrestling.
threshold. Yeah, their bodies are physically across the threshold, so
Okay.
half of them is in the hallway and half of them is in sickbay.
Okay.
The Borg drones that just materialized are in the corridor itself, and Teal is on the sickbay side.
Wait, did Teal already go?
I was just grabbing a phaser.
had you made your move to the door? Because that would be your main action.
No, I hadn't made that move yet.
Okay, why don't we have Mayfly try to barrel roll this guy back into sickbay so the force field activates?
Oh, interesting.
Okay, let's call that a fitness and security task, difficulty 2.
Fitness and security. That's not bad. He's got a 13. Difficulty 2.
Can I make the argument that that the other officer is also trying to pull him back as well and can assist?
Sure.
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah, fun.
We
All
need
right,
a,
well then.
we need a generic thing for that then.
Lieutenant Kangaroo.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%.
We just
first mission in Starfleet.
we just call him Rue.
Lieutenant Rue.
Lieutenant Rue. He never skips leg day.
Focuses include leg day. Strength, jumping.
Absolutely.
Okay. So let it
Okay,
be written.
I think
so
we
go
just
ahead
added
and
our
roll,
next
go ahead
one.
and roll that when you're
All
ready.
right, so I'm rolling 3 because I'm spending a momentum. And fitness, security, here goes Mayfly. Let me make sure I can see you after I roll. And
Bloop.
4 successes.
Nice.
Well done.
Nice.
Mayfly and Rue.
So that's 2 successes
Good
back.
job, Mayfly.
We got 2. We got.
Do you want to
Yeah.
roll one for Rue?
Yes,
as
we can
well?
get more
roll
momentum.
for the momentum.
1. All right.
Success.
There you go.
5
Yay.
successes.
nice,
Leg
nice
day.
momentum.
Go leg day.
Okay, so Mayfly and Rue both managed to wrestle Budala back into the sickbay. The force field goes up. The 3 Gorb drones approach the force field, and one of them walks directly through it as if it isn't even there.
Oh
But that's their action.
no! I'm just gonna be eel for the rest of the series.
That's their action?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I would say, Teal, use that phaser in your hand.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, but we all know what happens.
Well,
Well, they haven't
no,
adapted
we
yet.
don't know.
Well, you
Yeah.
We
guys
don't know.
know
We
it.
don't know
Yeah.
that it won't work because it won't work. It won't not work yet. What?
I mean, it's still not going to work.
it will not work yet. What?
These things are largely biologic, and you are in a room full of medicine. Can you shoot something at them that makes them have cardiac arrest or whatever?
Ooh.
I already tried to flood it with sedative, and everybody flipped out on me. is all I'm
No,
saying.
no, I'm not
no,
trying to
how-
flood anything with anything. I'm just trying to,
Yeah.
you know,
How about I'll pick up a pair of paddles and I'll yell clear and then I'll
yeah.
poke them.
Ooh, I like that one. I was gonna also say
Yeah.
throw bleach at them, but your way's good.
Your way is
You
good.
totally can do that if you want. I'll let you do that, but that would require the action of Teal putting down the phaser or putting away the phaser and picking up something else.
Okay,
So,
well, let's try the phaser first.
okay. Oh, with such enthusiasm.
Oh, but now I'm nervous. I'm okay with other people
It
fighting.
might, I mean, the first time they haven't adapted yet. It might work.
Okay.
I mean, the torpedo already adapted because we hit him and it did nothing. So
Go ahead.
Can
go
I
ahead.
use
Control and
a
security.
focus of composure?
Ooh, yeah, I would think so. But I'm not a GM.
Yeah, I'll allow
Cool.
that. I will allow that.
I
Yeah.
knew I could be a GM. What's the difficulty?
Difficulty 2.
Spend 1 momentum to roll 3. All right, everybody,
Okay.
here we go. I mean, I'm composed.
Difficulty 2, and you got a 2. Boom.
You did it. You got it.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so now go down to the
Now
chevron button
go
at the
to
bottom.
this part and fire. Nice.
good
Okay, so
Good.
yeah.
yeah,
So
One,
that
two,
is
a lot of hits.
the
Four,
Borg
five,
do
six.
have a point of resistance, I believe. However, even with that is still an injury. So sparks fly from the chest of this whatever it is, and it sort of twitches and shivers a little bit, and then stiffens up and collapses onto its back, and
Okay.
it's not moving.
Nice.
And there are now only two of these alien creatures.
Can I do it again?
Well, it is going to be their turn now.
Oh, balls.
The next one walks into the doorway then.
Is this the start of a joke?
3 Borg walk into a sick bay. And then the doctor says, "Why the long face?"
Why the cybernetic face?
Also, I want to note that I'm now standing behind Mayfly.
Okay.
That's a minor action.
Minor action.
A bug shield.
To take
Okay,
cover behind someone else is a minor action.
So next Borg in the line walks through the force field, and the other Borg is directly behind him.
Yeah, I think if I if I had not watched a certain television program,
Fair.
I would have noticed that
You'd continue firing.
my phaser took down the first one, so I'm gonna try to take down the next one.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Okay, ready, set, go. And so
3
I do.
successes.
Oh my goodness.
There you go. Okay.
Yeah, so
It's
that's
difficulty 2, so you get 2 momentum back.
Back up to 5.
Nice.
And there is actually a game mechanic for Borg adapting, I believe, and I'm trying to
You
find
mean
it.
there's
right
a
now.
game mechanic for Nope?
Well, first we roll the damage.
Yeah.
4.
Ugh. I mean, good job, Teal.
Oh, thanks a lot.
I'm proud of you.
Oh, jeez.
Each time a single Borg drone within a scene is injured by an energy-based ranged weapon, such as a phaser or disruptor, roll 1 challenge die for each drone injured by that type of weapon. If an effect is rolled, then all Borg drones in that scene become immune to that type of ranged weapon. Melee attacks and projectiles
Melee,
are unaffected by this
Brian.
weapon. Okay, so I roll 1 challenge die. And if it rolls an effect, then those other 2 drones adapt. But if not, then this phaser shot will work. So
Nope.
Nice.
That looks like nothing.
I don't. Yeah. Okay. So that is it. Inflicts 4 stress on the drone, but that's not enough to cause an injury. So it just has 4 stress points.
Does that make it
4
more?
out of 6, 8, 10, 11. It's 4 out of 11.
Well, so he's just gonna keep coming, huh?
Yep. For now, you can hit him again.
Ready, set, go. Oh, balls.
shit.
Bagel 1.
Critical failure.
So, no.
Yeah. So it's difficulty 2. So you only had 1 success there.
So we failed,
And I'm
and we had a
assuming-
difficult, and we had a critical.
I'm assuming you guys just want to give me a threat,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, so you shoot your phaser. You do hit him, but just kind of wings in the shoulder, and it does not have the same effects that the first fire had.
Okay.
The first shot
No
had
sparks
on the first
fly.
one. And okay, so now this Borg drone has now crossed the distance and is standing over Mayfly and Budala, who are wrestling on the ground, and he's going to do a fitness and security task, difficulty 2.
And would this be a opposed task?
Yes, it would be. So Mayfly can roll a fitness and security.
Okay. Okay. All right, here we go. We're spending 2 momentum, and I'm rolling 4 dice. Here we go.
3 successes.
We need a 3.
Yeah, we need
Yeah.
3 to
Okay.
oppose it.
So Mayfly manages to roll both him and Budala out of the way as the drone kind of reaches down to grab at Mayfly.
Okay, so I kind of liked that idea of grabbing the defibrillator because I'm there in sickbay.
Sure. The cortical stimulator.
Oh, yeah. And also we just...
That's the little sticky thing they put on their foreheads.
Oh, yeah. We
Yeah.
want the defibrillator.
You're just gonna ninja star one of those and try to
Maybe
hit him
we
in
should
the
just
forehead.
take an EKG, see how he's doing.
Yeah, no. Defibrillator.
Okay.
Use a bone saw.
Here, bite down on this.
Okay. So putting the phaser away or in any other way,
Oh,
changing
right.
up what you're holding,
Oh.
requires doing that. That can be a minor action, and then actually using it can be an action
Okay.
itself.
Okay.
But just know that if you want to go back to the phaser, that's going to be a minor action.
Okay.
I like it. I like the defibrillator idea. Let's take some medical equipment and shock the hell out of this guy.
Okay, so would it still be control and security?
I'll let you use medicine for this, but it's going to be daring in medicine.
Isn't that gonna be much worse then?
Can it be control and medicine?
No, this is a very daring action you are taking. You have to grab a piece of improvised equipment and then lunge at this alien creature that you know nothing about and is very threatening.
I suppose so. 3, 2, 1, clear.
All right.
Oh,
3 successes. It was. I don't think we said beforehand, but it is the difficulty 3 task.
Oh.
So you succeed.
Good.
And now we have to decide how much damage that thing does.
I imagine since he's half parts that hearts do stuff to, and path computer. Neither of those things like electricity.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right?
I'll let you just go ahead and do a call it an injury, and the dude is out of commission.
Nice. Good work, Teal.
Yay! I mean,
Okay.
Now you've got to use a catchphrase.
oh no.
What is it, Tara?
I said clear.
That's good. That's very good. I just finished it with you son of a bitch.
You son of a bitch.
Okay, so now the third and last Borg drone is
Gorb.
closing the distance, and it closes. It is now within grappling range of Dr. Teal, who has had to lunge closer to the second Borg.
I would say Rue in this instance would try to tackle the Borg,
Yeah.
right? I mean, he sees the doctor getting approached and getting.
So this whole time,
Rue to the rescue.
Maddox and I are still staying on the bridge. We're not running down to like go help.
well,
It's
we're,
I
up
mean,
to you guys.
In reality, this is about 30 seconds worth
Okay.
of,
Yeah.
real
Yeah.
time.
and we're still technically in ship-to-ship combat too when
Right.
we come back.
Oh,
to
that's
the
probably a good thing to stay on the bridge for.
bridge. Yeah, we're not doctors or anything.
Yeah.
All right, so Rue, they know legs, so they're gonna go for the legs at least, which
Yeah.
I think
Okay.
would
they know legs.
the Gorb would take the Gorb off balance a little easier. We're gonna spend a momentum because we have 3.
Sweep the legs.
Yeah,
Sweep
and
the leg.
they are going to they're going to do a flying leg kick at the Gorb's legs. That's what's
Okay.
happening.
All right.
Fitness, security, correct?
Sure. Yeah.
God, I really think we should be able to add leg day as a focus.
No, 100%.
Like,
But it is a opposed task. So, okay, the Borg drone rolls 1.
Because Brian opposes leg day.
Oh, okay. And I'm spending momentum, so that's going to take us down to 2.
Correct.
And here we go. Roll. 1 and 1.
Oh.
Like
Oh, and momentum is tied as well.
that goes.
In the case of a tie, the active character wins but loses all the momentum they generated.
You didn't generate
So that would be
The
that would be
active character in
Rue.
this case is Rue. Yeah.
Woohoo!
So Rue wins.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good job, Rue.
Way to go, Rue!
Okay. So now they are both prone. However, the ship is going to take its turn. So the Borg ship is going to fire its cutting beam again. That is weapons and security. Difficulty 2.
Well, it was the Tempest turn.
Was it?
Yes.
Okay.
And it would be difficulty 3. Also.
Oh, right, because
But-
long range. Yep. Fair. Okay, go ahead and do the Tempest.
All right. Well, the only thing we're still at long range, correct?
Correct.
I mean, the only thing I think we can do is fire photon torpedoes again.
So we either can run fire torpedoes or fix a breach.
I want to do torpedoes one more time.
Okay.
Lock photon torpedoes and give it one more whirl, Panther.
All right. Panther giving it a shot. Oof. Really?
You're having a bad day, Panther.
Oh, boy.
Apparently.
Okay.
That is weird.
And you get a threat because it was a
Yep.
critical failure. All right, Gorb.
So, Gorb ship is going to do it's going to maneuver in close, so it's going to attempt engines and con task, difficulty 2. And it succeeds.
Woohoo.
So
no.
it moves.
I'm just so enthusiastic.
So it is now in close range.
We're gonna run. All right, Doe, get us out of here with alacrity.
Okay.
Hey, TJ, how about you pull up Doe and do it?
I'd be happy to do that. Okay, and I am rolling on what aspects of Doe?
Control and con,
Okay.
and the ship's engines and con.
All right.
What's the difficulty here?
It's actually 0. Essentially optional for the momentum, and then you spend points of power equal to how fast you want to go. And you can't spend more power than your engine score for the ship.
So let's roll first.
Okay.
3 successes total.
Nice.
Good. Okay.
So we get 3 momentum back, which takes us up to 5. Correct?
Yes.
Yep. Because we were down to 2.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And since we fired photon torpedoes before, which take no power, we have spent no power so far.
Correct.
So we have nine total power, and our engines are 9, so we can spend all 9
to
to get us
depart
out of here.
at warp 9. Okay, so as the Borg ship starts to swoop in and get very close to the Tempest aft, the engines spool up, and the Tempest jumps into warp and goes immediately to its maximum speed of warp 9 points whatever. And so you spend 9 points
That's
of
the
power.
technical term.
Yeah, 9 point whatever. Spend 9 points of power to go warp 9. And the Borg ship does indeed choose to pursue. And
Great.
the Borg ship
Perfect.
has a power of, I believe, 11.
Warp
it's-
11?
It's moved once and fired its cutting beam twice.
No, let them do it. As soon as they hit 10, they turn into lizards. We win.
Oh no, they're gonna go back and kill some whales, aren't they?
Oh.
They're going to assimilate. They're going to go back to old Earth, assimilate the whales, and then we come back and it's all whales. Population 9 billion, all whales.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, man.
All whales.
Humpback Borg.
Wow. I have problems with that.
Hump
Yep.
Borg.
Hump Borg.
Hump Borg. That's an activity other people do.
Okay. So Travis is actually right. The Borg ship did use 2 power.
Shocking,
so
I know.
So it had 9 power. It uses all 9 power to
What is
pursue.
our shield capability right now on our ship?
You did take some shield damage.
Right, and they don't have any shields. We decided that, right?
Correct.
Okay. Can we target with our navigation system the corona of some sort of a star
Ooh.
that our shield will allow us to survive flying through, and they will burn up?
Oh, interesting.
That's a clever idea.
I call it the Goodspeed maneuver.
Nice.
Sure, let's do that. So why don't we do it this way? Dropping out and doing that maneuver close to the sun is going to be another con task. And
But Doe is awesome.
But Doe is awesome at con. It is going to be difficult, so it's going to be a difficulty 4.
And how much momentum do we have left? We still have 3?
5 by my count.
We're gonna spend it all.
We can only spend 3.
Right. Yep, spend
So-
as much as we can.
So right now we're spending 3 momentum, and Doe is rowing 4. The ship is rolling 1.
Okay, so who's rolling for the ship?
I'm rolling for the ship, and you are also using a focus.
Okay.
Ship succeeds.
Woohoo.
All right, and I need 3 successes to do this. May fortune favor the deer creature.
The deer.
Dear.
Oh my
Oh
God.
no!
Oh, we
Wait.
said 3 successes, not bagels.
Yes. So the Tempest drops out in the very close to this random G-type main sequence star. The Borg ship is directly behind you. And let's cut back to sickbay. The last remaining Borg drone is reaching down and trying to pull Mayfly and toss him off of Budala. That does it. Difficulty 2, and that's 2 successes.
Well, hold on. It's an opposed task though.
Oh, that's right. That's true. Okay, so somebody roll for Mayfly.
We have two momentum left, correct? So I'm going to
Correct.
spend 1.
Correct.
And here we go. Boom.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Mayfly is a beast this episode.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he gets the momentum back.
Yeah, he does. Describe to me how Mayfly avoids being tossed like a ragdoll by this Borg drone.
He grabbed him by his shoulders and he uses his core and he kicks up with his legs and takes a page out of Rue's book and just sort of throws the Borg over the top so the Borg lands on his back.
Oh, okay.
He uses the Borg's momentum against him.
Like an Aikido
Yeah.
move.
I was gonna say he uses
And
his
so,
wings.
another focus that he just did is close combat, is close quarters combat. I'm adding it now.
Okay.
And then since he tossed him around, I'm gonna use the minor action to get my phaser back out
Okay.
and fire, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So control
You have
and security?
momentum. I'd say use it. At least 1.
Control. Okay.
Mayfly is assisting by pinning the guy down.
No.
Okay.
Phaser.
It doesn't matter. Teal's a badass.
Jeez. Okay.
Yeah, Teal destroyed it.
Okay. Point of momentum comes back. Roll for damage.
Boom! She cut the guy's head off. 8.
4, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah, that's a headshot. So the Borg drone doesn't even get up. He doesn't have a chance to get up. Teal.
She just executes him.
Teal shoots him, and he goes limp immediately. And at this point, Budala essentially gives up. He sees now that all the Borg drones are done, and nobody is left.
Teal karate chops him.
He's still
Yeah.
he's still in Mayfly's grips. And she karate chops him and does 5 points of damage.
Yes, I do.
No.
All to his pride.
Yes.
Yeah. So now that the Borg ship, now that all the Borg drones have been neutralized, the Borg ship itself kind of pauses in its pursuit and sits there for just a moment, not for very long, not long enough for the Tempest to do anything, but sits there for just a fraction of a moment and then warps away.
To the 3 bodies of the Borg.
They dissolve. They disappear.
Dissolve. Yeah.
Yeah.
Aha.
They apparate.
Disapparate.
And that's it.
And I look at Maddox and I go, well, that's the last we've ever seen of those guys.
They'll never come up again.
Primary objective 389172 in progress. Current estimate 72.98% complete. Vessel 9327 downloading new data collected in spatial grid 21003 from species 5618. Processing new data. Suspend current objective and formulate new objective. Designation 19265. Warning. Suspension will result in the loss of 17 vessels and 3,147,909 drones. Vessels are irrelevant. Drones are irrelevant. Confirm suspension of current objective. Suspension confirmed. New objective now in effect. Assign priority status 01 and initialize new directives. New directives initialized. Vessel 31198, proceed to spatial grid 21541. Vessel 92857, proceed to spatial grid 56179. Vessel 08330, proceed to spatial grid 91602. Vessel 44143, proceed to spatial grid.
And that concludes Season 1 of Starship Tempest. Oh my, we can't say thank you enough for tuning in and joining us on the first leg of this crazy journey. And a very special thank you is going to go out to all of our Patreon supporters by name right now. Please excuse any mispronunciations if I get some of these wrong, but Tim Drake, thank you, Tim. Justin Johnson, thank you, Justin. Mariana, thank you. Raincoast Bear, love the name, thank you. Tim, thank you. Brian Cruisinger, thank you. Mermuse, thank you. Dominic Rareman, thank you. Martin French, thank you, Martin. H. Fox, thank you. Ton of the Kirk, my favorite name on the list, thank you so much. Aunt Carol Eiffel, thank you. Emily Eiffel, thank you. Miracle, our good friend, thank you, Miracle. Jackie Windle, thank you, Jackie, we love you so much. Adam, thank you. Jamie Brzee, thank you. And Jamie, I feel fine. Annetta Borling, thank you, Annetta. Catherine Utke, thank you, Katie. And finally, Ken. Thank you all so much. You help keep the Tempest flying. And until next season, we'll see you out there.